Hi guys, this is the advisor and welcome back to the channel of upright men and women. I have just learned this morning that Dante Brooks, the son of David Brooks, also known in the dancehall world as Mavado, that his son has been freed of the murder charge for which he had been serving time since 2021. Now, in this video, I'm going to tell you what I think happened and give you some facts about the justice system that you can take to the bank. Because personally, I haven't got the details as yet. Because there are certain assumptions that we can make within a reasonable degree of certainty as to what had taken place. And as I go through them, I hope you will understand. As you guys know, this is a learning channel and we don't just carry the news. We unpack it, break it down, analyze it, rationalize it, and form logical conclusions. And that's what we're going to be doing with this one. By now, the TikTok brainers will have left, so now we have the real great thinkers left to go through this. But for the benefit of those who came in late, it is best that I do a rather concise recap of this case for those who might not be too versed on what had taken place there. On the 5th of June 2018, I use now alleged, Dante Brooks led a group of men into Cassava Peace. They went to a house, the house of someone who was in conflict with Dante Brooks' father, Mavado. They went in the house, kicked off the door, go inside, shot Lorenzo Thomas to death, and because they wanted to strike terror and fear into the community of Cassava Peace in order to reinforce their rule of fear over that community, it was not okay to simply shoot Lorenzo Thomas to death. In order to reinforce their point, the part of the whole process of that act was to decapitate him. And they tried their best, but they were amateurs. They weren't like those guys in Klansman gang who walk with sharp hatchet and cutlass when them a go fi cut off head. Them carry one dull lass and saka the dead man head and couldn't take it off. So them just leave him in there and burn down the house with him. But here is where things got a little skewed. The father of Lorenzo Thomas stood by and witnessed everything. In fact, they were about to kill him, but he was intimidated. They thought they intimidated him enough to the point where he would not say anything about it. They felt that confidence in themselves. But guess what? The man told the police everything and he eventually went to court and he gave his testimony and it was believed and accepted by the court. And the man's eyewitness testimony was so convincing that Dante Brooks was convicted. For me, I thought that was an open and shut case. Because other than a death declaration, this is the next best eyewitness testimony to a death declaration. Now, the question is, how did they get off and I come and walk a road tonight? Now, that is what we're going to get into now. Now, you intellectuals, this is for us. This is not for the TikTokers. We're going to walk through the system now. What is justice? You don't really think, say, you can go at any court on the face of the earth and expect to get justice? Not really. It may happen, but you see when it happens, I buck up. When the law was set up, laws are set up to be fair. And that is the main intention of setting up laws. But in truth and in fact, it has never worked out for the best in the interest of justice, no matter how hard any society tries. Because you see, in real life, there are some people who have a career called lawyers. And you see, lawyers are the vultures of the corporate world. Lawyers do not care about facts or truth, and they also not care about justice. No lawyer cares about justice. What you see goes on in any court in this world is an illusion. It is there to let you feel that justice is being served. But first, let me tell you something. I'm going to give you my definition of justice. No, I'm going to tell you what happened in Dante Brooks case, but I have to lay the groundwork. Stay with me now. Justice is about a man being paid according to his work. Simple. That's it. You do good work, you get good pay commensurate with the good work you have done. Obversely, if you do bad work, you're supposed to get equally bad pay commensurate with the bad work that you had done. And that is the concept of having courts and a justice system. But does it ever work that way? Rarely. Most often, when you go to court, it's not justice you get. What you get is due process. And they hoodwink you with due process and let you believe that you get justice. A lot of people go before Your Honor and have had injustice meted out to them. I mean, going to prison wrongfully and going to the gallows wrongfully. But of course, that is a rare case, very rare. 9 out of 10 people who go before Your Honor is guilty as folk. So, the question therefore is, why do they keep getting away? Now, this is where we're going to talk about Dante Brooks' situation. The attorney who led the appeal through the appeals court, this is what he told the press. And listen carefully to what the man said. It is a lot of application that I had to do because you had to go through the entire transcript to see what the case was all about and then be able to extract the relevant grounds of appeal consistent with the principles of law. That takes time. Then you have to craft the legal argument to support the grounds. You have to comb through a lot of transcript and everything that took place at the trial. Unquote. That was what Hugh Wildman said. Now, why did he go through the entire transcript, which I think might take a few months, because tons of paperwork, every single word that had been uttered in that courthouse from everybody was written down. Why did he go through it? What was he looking for? Guilt? Innocence? No. He was looking for loopholes that he could exploit. Because the whole legal system is not about justice. It's about who can hoodwink and stultify and set abase the witnesses or any other person who is coming up to testify against the accused. And because all of this because all of these procedures have to follow some written rules, some written legal rules, all that Hugh Wildman had to do was to go through it with a fine-tooth comb and find those loopholes. Because, let us bear in mind, with my rudimentary knowledge of law, I know for a fact that an accused person in the Western world is considered innocent until proven guilty. And proving him guilty requires that a certain process, a certain legal process and procedure is followed. And one misstep in that process can render the whole process null and void. And that was what Hugh Wildman was looking for. And obviously he found it. Now, at this time, I don't know what he found. But I will be doing some digging and I will find the grounds that he used, and I will update it for you guys. Because I can tell you one thing, no due process of law is without its flaws. The legal process is run by humans, and human beings are fallible. So all that Hugh Wildman had to do was to find where the father of the dead man had said blue shirt instead of yellow shirt because he misspoke. And for simple things like those can be brought to front and say, see there, him a liar. When by the say yellow shirt in him original statement, now him say blue shirt, him a old liar, you have to acquit. It can be very simple things, and you just want to find 2 or 3 simple things that can make the witness look bad, so that the lawyer can say, see, this man can't be trusted, so you're going to have to render his testimony null and void. Because, let me tell you something, the witness is still alive, and I'm quite sure that anything that he had said before would be relevant now. So how it is that based on such rock hard, reliable testimony, Dante Brooks walked in an appeal? And this is a clear example that lawyers are the vultures of the corporate world. At this point, I'm going to call Bert Samuel's name. I'm going to call him name, him can sue me. Send this to him. I remember back in 1989, if I know 1989 and 1990, there was a deacon in that Pentecostal church on Windward Road, 111 Windward Road. Everybody know it right out there, so out of Rockfort there. So. And there was a deacon in that church who was a gay pedophile. And he was troubling a little boy. I think the boy was 9 or 10, but a young, maybe 8, 9, 10. I can't remember the age now because I said this is from about 1989, 90. The mother, the grandmother, this child, the little boy was left with his mother, with his grandmother. And he was living with his grandmother, and his grandmother and him normally go to the church. This deacon, he befriended the grandmother and the little boy. And he eventually had access also to their house. And him take the little boy and him abuse the little boy. And the boy eventually told the grandmother, or somehow the grandmother found out, called police on him, and he was arrested. The grandmother and the little boy went to court and testified, and that man, he got sentenced. The man appealed the case, and it was Bert Samuels who had the matter. Him come and him use platitudes and histrionics and tie up the poor little old woman and the little boy. Because remember, it's a young boy. And the lady, I don't know, maybe she not that intelligent or whatever. And even though they gave their testimony, Bert Samuels let the man, the pervert, walk. And I'm quite sure he went home and slept comfortable in his bed that night. And has been sleeping comfortable in his bed ever since. Poor little granny, ball come out of courthouse. I had a picture of her that had came in the Star, because at the time I was living in England. And the picture come out either in the Star or UK Star or UK Gleaner. And the poor little woman a ball come out of court. How she not get justice? So me I tell you, say, you say criminal lawyer, I mean criminal, the emphasis on the word criminal. Because them a criminal first and liar second. And me I tell you, say, the same hell where me I go, if there's a hell, is a different type of hell below the one where me I go. that Bert Samuels and Pew Wildman and people like them there are going to end up. Because me and him couldn't go the same hill. Because the amount of gunman where they make walk free, go keep on killing, the amount of blood where they pan for them shoulders. It's not funny. That's why when they hear me say, liars are the vultures of the corporate world. Trust me. So, the next question now is, what will become of Dante Brooks? Let me tell you something. Now, them say, I'm a father of 6 boys. And anybody who want wish bad for them can damn well wish bad for them for no business. That not affect the price of them life. That not affect nothing to do with the trajectory of their lives. Because them done born good and grow good and I live good and decent and upstanding already. So wash on them out from them all on the one. Now gonna make no difference. Now gonna say Dante Brooks, him done tainted already. Now having gone into the university, that is general penitentiary, and lick head with all of the most toxic, deplorable, malevolent degenerates. What do you think happened to him? No university him go. You think him go come out, yeah, better? And him done was a murderer from before him go in? And the badness in father, they done instill the badness in him from before him go in? I would like to hope that he changes. But on the face of it, with a rational mind, I don't see how it is possible, but time will tell. One thing I can say is this. As my final words in this video, I would never want to be anywhere, even broad daylight, and see them higher and look for me. Not even in a broad daylight, in the middle a downtown Kingston or half a tree. Because all when the eye them lack is like the evil seem to exude out of it. Same way. And if a me alone I think so fine, but that is how me I think. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Guys, like, share, leave a comment below, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.